Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X researcher and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Meteorite over Cuba, part of the Planet X debris field. Now, a meteorite came down over Cuba on February 1st, 2019. People heard explosions and found glowing pieces of rock on the ground. Figure 1 shows photographs of the pieces of rock and people handling them. The rock in the top right image has a black exterior and white interior. The black exterior indicates that the rock material went through a chemical reaction when it entered the Earth's atmosphere, which changed the composition of its surface. And you can see it here. You can see it looks dark on the outside and it's white on the inside. Same thing here. And you can see the inside of, must be the inside pieces there. These are all white. Now, pieces of rock in the solar system are Planet X debris simply because planets form from the inside out. Planetary cores are ejected from stars. These cores then create matter which becomes outer layers. The accepted theory that planets come together as rock pieces collide and coalesce is completely wrong and illogical because colliding rocks break apart. They do not stick together to form a larger object. And you may look at Article 540 entitled The Accretion Theory of Planetary Formation is Impossible, and Article 560 entitled Planet X reveals that planets are smaller versions of their parent stars. So any pieces of rock entering the Earth's atmosphere are a part of a Planet X debris field. Planet X planets broke into pieces when they lost gravitational energy, becoming a planetary core surrounded by a debris field of broken pieces of the planet's outer layers. Most of the pieces of rock entering the atmosphere remain suspended in the atmosphere for an extended period of time because they are very low in gravitational energy and it takes time for them to absorb energy from the Earth's atmosphere. However, small pieces of rock absorb energy much faster and thus reach the ground much faster than larger pieces. These particular rocks impacted the surface fast enough to break them into pieces, but not fast enough to create a crater. And here you are. Here you see another one of these pieces, and here we see this white cloud material in the form of a tube. Now, it was reported that the white cloud-like tube seen in the sky was a smoke trail. This cannot be true. The rocks were not on fire or smoldering as they reached the ground, so this could not have been smoke in the sky. In addition, smoke does not maintain its shape for an extended period of time, as this trail seems to have done. This is actually the cloud envelopes for the pieces of rock that entered the atmosphere. The rocky pieces inside were small and so absorbed gravitational energy from the Earth quickly and thus reached the ground in a short amount of time, with the smallest pieces doing so before the larger pieces. Most Planet X debris pieces are positively charged and attract water to their surfaces, since the water has broken up into tiny droplets due to its low gravitational energy, which turns it into cloud. The pieces are always surrounded in cloud as the pieces absorb electrons in the Earth's atmosphere. They become neutral and thus lose their cloud envelopes. The fact that the cloud was left in the atmosphere whilst the pieces quickly reached the ground suggests that clouds gain gravitational energy at a much slower rate than the rocky pieces inside. This is because positively charged pieces of rock can directly absorb electrons from the atmosphere, whilst the water clouds have to absorb photons first, which ionize the atoms. In other words, electrons leave the atoms after absorbing a photon, which then allows atmospheric electrons to enter the atoms, which then emit a photon, thus causing the cloud to emit light. And you may look at Article 591 entitled Earth Becoming Like Venus, emits UV and X-rays from atmosphere. Now, Planet X debris fields are extensive as they are the outer layers of whole planets and stars, and pieces of rock are not usually alone. Thus, the entrance of a few pieces of debris into the atmosphere suggests that there is much more to come. The debris pieces will spread out along Earth's orbit and then enter the Earth's atmosphere in a stream. It is thus likely that many more meteorite-sized pieces and larger pieces will therefore enter the atmosphere in the coming days and weeks. Since the smaller pieces are more likely to hit the ground at a faster speed, they are actually more dangerous than larger pieces. A large number of very small pieces, smaller than the pieces that come down over Cuba, may move fast enough through the atmosphere to ignite, and may thus cause the ground where they land to catch alight. So in conclusion, meteorites are part of the Planet X debris fields, and the smaller the pieces, the faster they will impact the surface. Thus, smaller pieces are more likely to cause damage through impact. And these are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.